so a lot of you will have heard me say stack your spine, engage your belly, engage your core when you're doing your exercise. So I'm going to kind of talk about what that is and how you can kind of incorporate that in your exercises as well. So this is a position that a lot of us will rest in. Not everybody, but I kind of find myself here sometimes too. You can see where my feet are. My hips are kind of in front of my feet. My shoulders are kind of, my rib cage is kind of going back. My shoulders are kind of going forward, and my head is kind of going forward. So when I say stack your spine, there are normal curves in your spine. So you might find a little bit of a curve in your neck, somewhat of a curve in your mid-back, some curve in your lower back as well. But there's only a certain degree that's supposed to be in each of them, and everybody's going to be different of what it's actually supposed to be. There's no actual like perfect posture, but there is an ideal posture for your entire body. So stack your spine means pretty much one, pretend there's like a string that's pulling you up towards the ceiling, making you as tall as you can. So in doing that, you're going to find some length in your spine. Also, what you're going to do is they talk about anterior pelvic tilt or posterior pelvic tilt. You never really want to be all the way posterior, and you also don't want to be too anterior as well, because it's going to cause a whole cascade of things going on. So you want to be pretty much in like a neutral position. So I rest pretty anterior, so what I'm doing is kind of posteriorly tilting my spine, and I kind of feel my belly muscles engaged. As for my rib cage, sometimes you might feel like you have a little bit of your rib cage kind of pokes out a little bit. So if you kind of pull your rib cage down and still kind of maintain that tilt, if you have it in your lower back, you'll feel somewhat more of an engagement from your belly muscles, and still keeping your spine nice and stacked, as well as your shoulder blades. A lot of us rest up here, so kind of squeezing them down and back, still keeping that spine stacked and kind of maintaining a neutral chin position, trying to avoid this forward position and kind of keep it in this position as well. So we want our spine pretty much in this elongated position through all of our exercises. So as we're doing somewhat of a deadlift, you want to kind of maintain this position as you're lowering. So we don't want to kind of overarch our back as we're going down and keep our head up. And we also don't want to kind of round our back too much as we're going down as well. And again, as you're doing this, kind of pretend like your head is being pulled this way and your butt is being pulled this way to kind of maintain that neutral position in your spine. And this goes for squats as well, lunges as well, overhead lifting as well, rows as well. You always want to try to maintain that stacked position unless you're doing pretty like high intense activities that'll kind of cause a little bit more twisting on your body. You're still trying to maintain that stacked, elongated spine, but overall you want to keep these principles in mind. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later.